The region of infinite space illuminated by the sun and the moon is called a galaxy, Sakvala. The same Sakvala is also known by other names such as the world, the universe, the cosmos, the Milky Way, the Mandakini, and the solar system. This term arises because the world, in its circular form, revolves in a rhythmic pattern. The sun and moon we see do not belong to another galaxy. They exist within our own solar system, which itself is a part of this galaxy. Within this galaxy, there exist both visible and invisible worlds, living and non-living. In the Dhammapada, under the Lokavagga chapter on the world, the Buddha compared the world to a bubble of water and a mirage. Moreover, there are countless other galaxies in the universe, each with their own worlds, some visible, some unseen, where various forms of life exist. Western scientists such as Albert Einstein and Professor J.B.S. Haldane have also made discoveries relating to these truths. Haldane once said, "This world, the universe, is not only stranger than we imagine, it is stranger than we can imagine." Einstein's research further revealed that at every moment, some invisible transformation is taking place in the universe. Similarly, the great scientist Arthur C. Clarke in his book Profiles of the Future stated that there exist invisible life forms and gases throughout the galaxy. So could it be that within this visible world, there are also invisible forms of life? This very truth is described in the Karaniya Metta Sutta. The Buddha preached it after a group of monks who had gone to meditate in a forest were frightened by strange sounds and visions of terrifying beings. The sutta speaks not only of beings who are near or far, tall or short, large or small, but also of beings who are born, unborn, and those in the process of being born, in wombs, eggs, and other forms. Once, a certain arahant monk told the Buddha about a vision he saw, a hawk catching another creature mid-air and tearing it apart. The Buddha confirmed that he too had seen it, but since no one else could perceive it, he remained silent. Why then are such things visible to the Buddha's eye but not to the human eye? Because the Buddha's eye, divine eye, is far more powerful than the physical or scientific eye. The Buddha possesses 5 kinds of vision: the physical eye, the divine eye, the wisdom eye, the omniscient eye, and the Buddha eye. The scientific eye, however advanced, cannot perceive these subtleties. Science, though developed, reaches a limit, just as one cannot go beyond the electron. However, through the cultivation of the mind, one can develop 5 supernormal powers, abhinya, and 8 deep meditative attainments, samapatti. Among them are the powers of psychic energy, divine hearing, mind reading, recollection of past lives, and divine vision. The divine eye, Diba Chaku, is the ability to see distant or subtle things invisible to the ordinary eye. And the divine ear, Diba Sota, is the D to hear sounds far beyond normal range. Science calls unexplained phenomena like these iodox or EPR paradox. Today, however, science has begun detecting certain invisible rays, forces, and light frequencies through advanced instruments. The Kirlian photography technique, for instance, has captured various luminous energy fields around living beings. So, is the universe's movement connected to the cycle of life and rebirth? Indeed, everything in the universe, its formation, destruction, and existence, is interlinked with patterns of life. Just as a drop of dye colors a clear bowl of water, so too do beings' mental and physical activities influence universal balance. In Buddhism, this is expressed as Cetana Niyati Loko, the world is led by the mind. The existence of the universe depends on the collective mental energies of living beings. The behaviors and thought patterns of all creatures affect universal harmony. The positions of celestial bodies, stars and planets, also influence these life patterns. Astrology, astronomy, mathematics, and spiritual teachings all explore this interrelationship. Are we, then, isolated within this galaxy, disconnected from the vast universe. Over 2,600 years ago, the Buddha explained these cosmic truths, astonishing even Brahmins and scholars of other faiths. According to the Sakvala Vibhanga, hundreds of thousands of galaxies fall within the Buddha's vision. This Buddhist understanding, that the universe contains countless galaxies, each teeming with life, is now supported by modern science. The Ratana Sutta too describes that the Buddha's discourse reached millions of worlds. Kotasata Sahasesu Chakavalesu Devata, showing that his spiritual influence extended across living realms far beyond Earth. Similarly, about 400 years ago, Italian philosopher Giordano Bruno proposed that the universe was filled with innumerable stars and planets, many hosting life similar to Earth's. For revealing this truth, he was condemned as a heretic and ultimately executed.